And if you do not believe me, look at this comment I got where I said every single thing and this person got it. This was for the Microsoft Leap apprenticeship. They got the apprenticeship after doing these things. Hello, everybody. My name is Naya and I'm the Black female engineer. I provide content for new and aspiring software engineers. And today we are going to talk about everything you need to get in order to actually have a shot at the amazing apprenticeship programs coming up this year. Apprenticeship programs are one of the best ways to get your foot in the door, and not only just foot, but like your whole body in the door, because a lot of the time after you get the apprenticeship program, you are basically on track to being a full-time employee. Really great apprenticeship programs include Pinterest, AIRBNB, which is actually open now, Google, Microsoft, LinkedIn, Shopify. There's so many, and I just see so many people not even getting a shot because they don't know how to actually put their best foot forward. So not anymore. We're gonna fix that right now. I've added open and upcoming apprenticeships in the description box below, so make sure you check those out. When it comes to putting your best foot forward for these programs, we're going to focus on three main things: your resume, your GitHub, and your LinkedIn. I highly encourage you to optimize these three things and to not really consider yourself done or set up well, to be honest, if you haven't done this. So let's start with your resume. Now, with these programs, the understanding typically is that the applicant does not have any previous tech experience, and that is the want. They want people who are not developers, who do not have a computer science degree already. They want people transitioning into this field. So do not stress about, oh my goodness, I don't have any relevant experience to put, What you do need to do is focus on these two main parts: your professional experience in general and your projects. Starting with your professional experience, we need to show that we are a fantastic candidate based on the transferable skills we bring from our previous experience. What are transferable skills? Transferable skills are skills that we acquired from a different industry, from a different field, but are extremely relevant and important to the ultimate job we want: a job in tech, a job as a software engineer, as a data engineer, etc. Top transferable skills for tech include being detail-oriented, high levels of communication skills, being able to see a problem and enact tangible, real solutions to solve that problem. And so think back to your previous experience and say, okay, in what ways did I exhibit skills that this job calls for? Before becoming a software engineer, I had jobs in accounting and finance. And so what I had put in my resume was investigate leading causes of profit or loss in the stock market that day based on these three factors. I definitely spruced it up, but do we see how that one line shows like, oh, okay, so she can look at data and come to a conclusion. So what I suggest doing is looking up top transferable skills for blank, the job that you want, and see that list and see, okay, how can I use my previous experience as proof of me acquiring and using those skills. Another thing you're gonna wanna do in the professional experience part of your resume is list off within the first 8 words some type of metric. The format you want to follow is the impact you had by way of some metric, and then how you did that thing. Something I could say for my finance job is reduced data processing time by 20% by utilizing Python to analyze these 3 main points of data. I don't even think I used Python. I think I used, it starts with a V, the thing I used to speed up the whole data process. We want to hit them immediately with the impact we had and then how we did it. Don't just simply say what your job was, because like we can just get that from the job description. Don't tell me what you did. Please tell me the impact you had. So that's the professional section of our resume. Now we have the project section. Within your project section, you're going to put 2 projects and list them off pretty similarly to how you would list off a job. I'm going to add in an example for you to follow along with. List off the project name, the tech you used, and then 2 to 3 bullet points on the problem that project solves and key metrics, again, like our professional experience. A project I had when I was first learning to code was basically in all recipes. You know, a person could go and search the recipe they want, let's say for lamb, and then all of these different recipes would come up and I would provide a shopping list for them and all of this. And so if I listed that within my resume, I would have the project name, which was Mince, the technology I used, which was vanilla JavaScript and Ruby on Rails, and then 2 to 3 bullet points, starting off with enhanced users mealtime prep by providing thousands of dinner options based on their preferences, and then follow that up with metrics. So a metric I had was something like queried 5,000 plus recipes from the, I think it was called Edamame, from the Edamame or Edamame API in order to provide users with a wide array of recipes and just many options. So say the problem you're solving and then provide metrics, provide data, provide anything that is a number to show, okay, we did this and I did that and I pulled from here, because we'll truly add so much more impact with what you're saying. It'll also provide proof to the person looking at your resume that, oh, okay, she actually did something here. She's not just making something up, she's being specific. I can trust in what she is claiming she did. Check the description box also for some resume templates and examples. Now let's talk about our GitHub. Our GitHub is the portfolio for our coding experience. You're not required to have a ton. You're not required to have built some AI supercomputer or anything, but you typically are required, or I guess not required because do what you want, but the people who are going to receive callbacks are the people who truly show an interest in this new career. And how do you show an interest? By building projects. So this is how we set up our GitHub to act like a really fantastic project for our applications. And that way we also don't have to mess around with creating a whole portfolio website or anything like that, because secret, I have never had a portfolio website. I find them personally to be a waste of time when GitHub is right there. So what you're going to do first off is make sure the projects you want to showcase, pick between 2 and 5. Aim for 3. Make sure those projects have a thorough README. And a thorough README is a README with the following section. An intro section sharing what the project is, what it's about, what challenges it solves. Technologies used, a walkthrough video, code snippets, challenges faced, key features, and what is next for your app. Even if you never want to touch it again, what would be the logical next step for it? Then also at the very bottom, just add in ways to contact you. Ideally, your LinkedIn URL. Now let me talk about the walkthrough video very quickly. This is very important because a lot of times the person reviewing your application isn't extremely technical. It is a recruiter or typical regular recruiter for the job. And so they may not be able to read the code snippets, but they can look at a video and see what your code turned into. And so what you want to do is simply create a screen recording of you using your project, whether it's a web app, a mobile app, a game, whatever it may be. Create a screen recording and then upload that screen recording to YouTube. But don't worry, no one you don't want to see it will see it, because you're going to publish it under unlisted. Unlisted simply means that the only people who can see this video, see that this video even exists, are people who have the URL. So you're going to mark it as unlisted and take that URL and add it into your GitHub. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to talk at all. Just use the app the way a user would use the app. And also make sure you're including key features that you would want to present. Now what you want to do is mark those 2 to 5 projects that you have with the thorough readmes. Make sure you mark those in your GitHub profile as featured projects. This makes it so that once a person lands on your profile, they see your projects front and center. They don't have to go digging for anything. It's very clear, and that's what they will gravitate towards. Now, we have our readmes put together. We have the projects we've selected. We need to make our GitHub profile read as a portfolio and as an additional look into who we are as a developer. This is the platform I love for very quickly and easily making your GitHub from something that's just super bland and kind of just like nothing to something very, very informative and quite impressive. Now on your profile, you'll have the technologies you're proficient in, your key projects, intros about you. It's so much more informative and also informs the companies you're applying to, like, oh no, I'm serious. Like, no, me here, oh, you have a serious person on your hands and a very interested person at your hands. So beep, beep, like, call me back. So amazing, our GitHub looks. Now let's talk about our LinkedIn. Our resume expresses our experience. Our GitHub expresses our portfolio, our projects. Our LinkedIn expresses how we show up professionally. So we need to make sure that headshot is updated, it is crisp, it is clear. Every single headshot I've ever had on my LinkedIn has been from a selfie. The one I have right now, I was in my bedroom, I was against the wall, and I went click, and that was all. That is all it took. I went into Canva, added a pretty little ring around my frame, and now that is my LinkedIn profile, and a pretty good one if you ask me. Next, your headline. Take out the word aspiring from your headline right now. I don't want to see aspiring nothing on your headline. It needs to say software engineer, data engineer, cybersecurity analyst, whatever, again, the roles you're applying for are, it needs to say that you are that. Would you hire an aspiring chef? An aspiring doctor? Right. So please remove the word aspiring or training or whatever from your headline and claim what you are, a software engineer. Because that's what's great about tech is we don't need to have a job to be that thing. Just like how with a chef, you don't need to be actively working to claim that you are a chef, because that is what you are in your heart and soul. So show people that I'm a software engineer, I'm a developer, that's all there is. No questions, ifs, ands, or buts about it. In your about section, add in just some info about yourself. What industry were you in before and what motivated you to pursue this new career? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. 3 to 6 sentences. Have ChatGPT help you and we're all good. Now, go down to your experience section and make sure it perfectly matches your resume. When I say perfectly matches, I mean it has the exact same titles that you put in your resume. It has the exact same bullet points you put in your resume. Even for your project, don't think, oh, it's the project, I don't need bullet points. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yep. So go in your resume, the resume we spruced up and made beautiful and amazing and crisp and clean, copy it and add it straight onto your LinkedIn. And now, boom, we have your professional experience and projects, which for me, I had put projects under professional experience because what about it? Like, you're not gonna tell me that this isn't technically professional experience. So I put my projects in my professional experience and listed the bullet points off just like I had done, and boom, I had a beautifully laid out LinkedIn. And then make sure under your skills, you list all the different skills and tech you're proficient in. JavaScript, Ruby, iOS, HTML, CSS, all of it, Bootstrap, all of it. And once we have those 3 things, we are set up for a very successful application process and just apprenticeship season. And if you do not believe me, look at this comment I got where I said every single thing I said there, but honestly, I was even less detailed because, you know, it's short form. So what are you gonna do? We're on YouTube, so we have a little bit more time together. And this person got it. This was for the Microsoft Leap Apprenticeship. They got the apprenticeship after doing these things. Okay, y'all? So please save yourself the headache and make me very, very happy, please, by doing these things before we start applying. As I mentioned, Airbnb's applications for their apprenticeship program is already out. However, there are a couple more days left. I want to say their applications close on Monday, so we got to get on our Zoom, do all the things, and we'll be chilling. Check out the resources in the description box below. What else do you want to know? What else do you need help with? And let's get you there. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. I will talk to y'all super soon, and happy Valentine's weekend. I hope y'all feel the love. I love y'all, and I really appreciate you being here. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.